So now he says, I must give life. So now we have the water who's crying out to the Creator. I'm alone, I'm lonely. There's no one here, there's nothing here. It's just me, I'm alone. We have the earth that's crying out. We have the universe, which is the air. The air is the universe. That is the universe. Just so that everyone understands, and those of you who did not know, the air is the universe. It all cried out to the Creator. We're alone, we're lonely. We need something. We're just existing. We need something here. The trees have grown and they've produced so much fruit, and the fruit is laying everywhere, and it's going to waste, and we don't know what to do. The trees have cried out, the earth has cried out, the waters have cried out to the Creator. And the Creator sat back again and said, I must create life, more life. So now the Creator says, okay. And he gives upon the sea, the ocean, and the rivers all the creatures who could swim and walk by land. So he appeased the land as well. So you have creatures that will inhabit the water, but they're also able to walk on the land. So now the oceans, the seas, the rivers, they're all happy. The land is happy. We have animals. We have animals that are roaming. We have animals that are eating the fruits, and everyone's living in peace. And the universe cried out, but wait, what about me? So the Creator says, I have not forgotten you either. And he has given it life that would exist within its airs. And it would fly and fly and fly, but yet it must come down. So now the universe, the oceans, the seas, the rivers, the land, all is well. Everyone is happy. Everyone is happy. Just a point to make to you. As the Creator gave unto the universe creatures that would exist in its state of being, but it must come down. So this teaches us a very valuable lesson, that no matter how high you get, at some point you must come down. And for those of you who are thinking I'm speaking about high off of some substance or what have you, yeah, that's very true, but I'm speaking about life in general. There is no bird that can stay in the air forever and never come down to roost. Everything must come down to roost. So never feel that you are so much higher than anyone or anything else that you do not have to come down to roost. Because best believe, one day you must come down to roost. So with that being said, we are still looking at the oceans, the sea, the river, the land, the universe. And one day they look at the Creator and they cried out, we're still not happy. We still want more. So the Creator looks and he says, now they want more. I have given you your life unto the waters, unto the land, and unto the universe. What more could you possibly want? Well, we want you. We want more attention. We need you here. And the Creator says, but I am all around you. I am you. And they said, but we want more. They cried out for more. Just like a lot of people do. Because you see, we as people, we tend to never be content with what little or what big we have. It just doesn't matter. We always find a way to say, I want more. My grandmother used to always say, be careful what you ask for, because you just may get it. So now we have the Creator who sits back and he looks at his work and he says, from this skeleton I formed the land, the waters, the trees, the life that is there now. But yet, she's still not happy. What more could I give? So now the Creator comes back and says unto the waters, the land, and the universe, where you are, I will be too. I will give unto you life in my image. Now remember, the Creator said, I am giving you life in my image. In my image. So now the Creator, he creates a man and he creates a woman. I am giving unto you this man and woman created in my image to take care of you, to love you, and to nurture you. For you are my most precious creation. This is what the Creator has told unto what we know as the earth, the waters, the land, the universe. So now they're so happy and they're saying, oh yes, this is wonderful. You're here with us. And they have this man and they have this woman who is now on the earth together. And they're going forward and they're being fruitful and they're taking care of the land and they're living from the land and they're loving the waters and nurturing the soils and everything is growing beautifully. Until the earth got so excited that it catered to the darker knowledge of that man and that woman, which enlightened it so much that it now said, wait a minute, we're not the lesser ones. This land is here to take care of us and to provide for us, not the other way around. And the rest is history. So now we speed forward where we have wars that were created out of hatred and disrespect and no compassion and no empathy for one another, no respect for one another. We have sickness. We have so many terrible things that are happening to our waters, to our lands, to our universe. Everywhere you look now, there's pollution here, pollution there, or there's an oil spill here and garbage being dumped into our waters or onto our lands and just toxins being filtered into the air, and it's destroying our waters, our lands, our universe, the air that we breathe. Until finally one day, you have that creation, that precious creation, that said no more. And we're seeing fires spewing from the earth. We're having what they consider unseasonable weather. Hurricanes, tornadoes that are destroying homes and people, and plagues that are being carried through the air. The universe. Destroying man, not by the 5, the 10, but the thousands, even millions. Stay tuned for that one. So the earth has now cried out to the Creator and said, what have you done to us? You loved us, you created us, and this is what you have given to us? And the Creator replied and said, I gave to you what you asked, but I told you that where you are, I am, because I am you. But I'm creating this man and woman in my image. In my image. It is not me. See, there is no one on the face of this earth that is a God. There's no one. We can walk around and pretend that we have some supernatural or some superpower, or no, that's not what's happening. It's a completely different story. And that's another topic that we'll touch on at a different time. But we are in the image of the Creator. Whatever you want to call him. If you want to call it God, a head of lettuce, that's your prerogative. If you like it, I love it. If it works for you, it works for you. But we are created in the Creator's image. We are far from perfect. We'll never be perfect. It's just, that's the bottom line. So now we're here in 2020 and no one knows what to do. Everyone's crying. People are passing away. This disease is out of control, allegedly. They have no cure, no way to treat it, allegedly. And there are thousands upon thousands and thousands of people passing away. So now what do? I cry out to you, I implore you to think and think hard. Reflect, self-reflect. You see, we all have a purpose here in this existence. We all have a purpose. Even that first man and woman that the Creator made, there was a purpose. We've all come from another place. It's just that by the time our souls reach this existence, we've forgotten who we were, who we used to be at that time when our souls was back where the Creator was. We've forgotten. And sometimes we just need to wake up. It's kind of like when you wake someone up out of a sleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. There are a lot of you that need to wake up. Wake up and remember who you were. Remember what your purpose was. And then you will understand how we've gotten so attached to the flesh that it has led us to do so many reckless things in our life and to this beautiful universe, to this place that we were allowed to exist in, to be a part of. Because remember, we are a part of this universe. So remember that next time that you're throwing trash on the ground, or even when you spit to the ground, you're spitting to yourself. Because the earth is who we are. We are a part of this existence. So I said to my friend, I said, you know, we need to really self-reflect and kind of think about what's truly our purpose here. You know, we're so attached that when people pass away, we cry. Yes, it's only natural. It's natural that we're going to cry. You know, this is your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your cousin, your friend, aunt, uncle, whomever, grandparents. You're going to cry. You have emotions. You're going to hurt. You're human. But we have to understand that this is not permanent. No one ever told, I don't ever remember growing up or being a little girl and having my mother or my father or my grandparents tell me that this was permanent. That, hey, you know what? You're going to live forever. I never heard them say that. I was never taught that. I really don't know anyone who was taught that this is forever. We live and then we pass on. We elevate. We must elevate. So now we should be rejoicing in the passing, because that person is not here anymore. They're not of the flesh and blood. They don't have to suffer anymore. They don't have to worry about bills. They don't have to worry about any of this. You know, they're in a much better place. And we, for one, have to understand the meaning of a much better place. Because I really feel that that could be the issue with a lot of us not knowing. So when that soul leaves, when your soul, it leaves this body, you know, it's returning to where it came from. It's going back to its people, going back to your people where you came from. And not necessarily are you going back to the people that you knew as relatives here on this earth. That's another story for another time. But it's running back. And like I explained to my friend, I said, listen, when that time comes, I'm going to be running full force, running back to my people. We're not carrying with us the degrees that we received from here. We're not carrying with us a bank card, a credit card, good credit, or $250,000 in the bank. This is not what we're doing. We're going back to where we've come from, the way that we arrived here, bare. And when we get back, we're carrying with us the knowledge and the wisdom that we've gained from being in this existence of the flesh, bone, and fluid, which is the blood. So one thing I could say is that when I get back up there, I'm going to let them know, listen, I'm not coming back to you with letters behind my name. I'm not coming back to you with a piece of paper in my hand. But what I can come back to you and tell you is that it's hard down there. It's not easy. It's not easy. So this is what brings us to so many people who live for a day, because you have babies that are born that live for a day, a minute, an hour. And people who pass away very young. And everyone say, oh, this wasn't meant to be. This should never have happened. No, it happened the way it was supposed to happen. Everything happens the way that it's supposed to happen. If you weren't meant to pass away at 22, believe me, they can riddle you with bullets and you're not going anywhere. Trust me. I know this to be true. So everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. We all have a mission. We all have a purpose here. We just have to find what that purpose is. We have to wake up and find that purpose again. And that's where I come in. And I know what my mission is. And a part of it is to help those of you who want to remember or want to know what your true purpose is, what your mission is. You may be a millionaire watching this video and very accomplished, but yet you're still not feeling fulfilled. You're not feeling whole. Something is missing. Allow me to help you find what's missing. It's not hard. But I want everyone to wake up and see what is happening around you today in 2020. We are in the year 2020. So to all my good people out there that are saying, well, Revelations is coming to pass and the world's coming to an end. The only thing that would ever happen is not the world will come to an end. Mankind, at some point, will come to an end. This is very true. This is very true. It has nothing to do with the world, because the world was not created for us. We were created for the world. So long after we're gone, the world continues to turn and life goes on. Whether it's humankind, whether it's animal, trees, grass, it still continues, because the world was not created for us. If that was the case, we would have been here floating in the universe saying, okay, I'm waiting for you to build this world. Come on, let's build this world. That's not what happened. No, we were created for the world. We were a gift to the world. We were a gift that turned out to be a nightmare. A nightmare. We have taken this earth and abused it and used it, and we continue to do so because of the arrogance of man, living in its own thoughts of grandeur, saying that, oh, I can do whatever I choose, whenever I choose to do it. People fighting over a land that doesn't even belong to them. It's horrible. Horrible. You're fighting and killing one another over land that does not truly belong to you. Everyone wants to be a king. You have one particular individual who wants to be king of America. Okay. Wow. That's a whole other subject for another time, but no one truly owns anything or anyone. This land does not belong to us. This universe is not ours. It does not belong to us. So why are you abusing and using something that does not belong to you? You're supposed to treat it kind. If someone came to borrow your blender or your toaster, would you want them to abuse it, destroy it, and then return it to you in that condition? That's what we're doing to this earth. And then you expect for it not to fight back? If someone slapped you in the face, you're going to fight back. How could you expect this earth not to fight back? Of course, she's going to spew as many poisonous spores as she can spew out at you. She's going to cause thunder and rain and lightning and hurricanes and all of the above, and fire will come from the earth. This has nothing to do with anything in the Bible. This has everything to do with a living being that is saying enough is enough. So with that being said, thank you for listening, and stay tuned. There's more to come. And again, if you would like to speak with me on a private consult or session, feel free to inbox me, or you can email me at osunspeaks@gmail.com. OSUN, S, P as in Paul, E as in Echo, A, K as in Kite, S@gmail.com. Or you can inbox me at Osun Wisdom on Facebook. Osun Wisdom Workshops. Let me correct that. Osun Wisdom Workshops on Facebook. So until next time, stay safe, show compassion for one another. And if you know a neighbor has coronavirus or COVID-19, stay safe, but don't shun them, because you don't know if they have a support system or not. And if the roles were reversed, you would want at least someone to just place a phone call to you, or even leave a box of tissues outside your door. So again, remember, we all have family and friends, and we are living beings that are supposed to be compassionate, passionate, loving, and show empathy. Let's do that for our neighbors. Let's do that for those who are in need, and those who may not be in need, just to show an act of kindness. Until next time, everyone, stay safe.